Hey, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson with the Spirit. Lord, oneness be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, from I've grown in this truth under peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. So I was just listening to a lesson from the beloved elder right here, Elder Marika Allah, all right, out of California, and he was making some excellent points, dealing with the apostasy that we're seeing in these days, in these last days, as the scriptures said would happen, and we're seeing the false prophets, okay, being exposed for who they are. All right. You got many individuals who's just popping out of woodwork, and just coming with all these wayward doctrines and shit. We've seen as he's mentioned, we've seen IUSUPK with Captain Tazariak. He came out, he was talking about, he was pretty much doubling down, saying that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. That's been debunked. Long time ago, that's been debunked, man. How could he not be in the truth if Yahweh Shai himself had vouched for him? Letting it be known that there's been no other prophet no other greater prophet, that came through as the prophet Elijah. And he said, behold, Elijah has come again, saying that John the Baptist was indeed Elijah in the reincarnation. You see what I'm saying? So that was a direct, what's the word? Shall I say a direct homage, all right, or honor coming from the Lord himself. All right. So that's debunked. That's, then you got these jokers, GOCC, bringing up, was it Cornelius? All right. Saying that Cornelius was an Edomite, when in actual fact, he was an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? He was an Israelite, according to the fact that he was zealous in the customs. He feared the Lord. All right. But if you don't understand the history of the Hellenization, you won't understand what's going on in the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? So that was debunked. All right. What else are we seeing? We're seeing Genesis. Genesis is saying that you're not supposed to worship Yahweh Shai, man. Meaning give full reverence. But what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? When the scriptures itself say that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess to the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right, the Son of the living power. So, we're seeing all these different wayward doctrines, man, and no one's no one else is holding these men's feet to the fire except for the true prophets, beginning with our apostles and bishops on down of Great Millstone. All right, you got this dude, from ROI, who calls himself King David. All right, he says that he's King David in the flesh, and he's telling you that you can eat pork, you can celebrate these pagan holidays, celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that garbage. All right, we're seeing a lot of false prophets coming out here in these last days. Okay? And it's a lot of rebellion. So let me get this started in 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22, when the prophet Samuel was rebuking Saul for disobeying the Lord. All right? Because he feared the voice of the people. He wanted to be popular. All right? And let me get this here. 1 Samuel 15:22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. Verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king. You know, the Lord is not about disobeying his word, man. All right. If you want to play that game, the Lord will bug you the hell out. All right. The same way he did Saul. And Saul was a prophet, you know what I'm saying? He prophesied. Okay. Saul was a great warrior. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord bugged him out, man. And let them demons have their way with him. You know? So let's listen into a little bit of this video here. All right, bear with me.
Brothers, and you putting all these burdens, but you yourself, you ain't even on point with the law you telling everybody to keep. You know? That's why a lot of you jakes, you lose your jobs, you get put in situations because you out here, too flamboyant. And then the Heavenly Father he gonna checkmate a lot of you niggas that wear them fringes. The Lord gonna checkmate your ass when it's not gonna be popular to be the Israelite. It's gonna be persecution. It's gonna be persecution. Then the nigga gonna be tucking in his fringes. And that's when the Lord gonna check your ass on your hypocrisy, man. He gonna check you, man. Thinking the Lord is playing with Jake. It says, for every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused, if it be received with thanksgiving. For it is sanctified by the word of the Most High with prayer. So the Heavenly Father knows the lowest state he put us in. How we can't keep his law. We can't to 100%. We can't keep that law. Our lowest state causes these different type of problems to happen amongst us. So now when we doing everything we do and how we move, it's with thanksgiving. We thank the Lord for what we can do. You know what I'm saying? We thank the Lord for what we can do, and the Most High is accepting a lot of it because it's coming from a pure conscience. You know what I'm saying?
And to expound on the brother's point, you know what I'm saying, Elder Micah Allah, all right, he's right, because the law is perfect. There's nothing wrong with the law. The only problem is that the law was given to us while we're in the flesh. All right? This is why we were constantly going off. And this is why we tell you that you cannot be saved by the law. You can't be made perfect by the law. All right? The law will make you perfect. The law will make you perfect. But in this sinful body, in these sinful bodies, in these weak, frail bodies, and then you couple that with the fact that we're not in our homeland, so we're not sovereign, we can't even keep the laws that we're supposed to keep. We can't be perfected. Not yet. You see what I'm saying? Not now. That's why the Lord has to give us new bodies, and he has to impart the laws within us. All right? Meaning that the laws are going to be a part of our DNA. All right? Keeping these laws is going to be as simple as breathing. So let me get this in Romans. All right, Romans chapter 2. And let me get verse 12. Romans 2:12, it says, let's start at verse 11. For there is no respect of persons with our power. For as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. So when you go around and you're telling these people, you know what I'm saying, oh, where's your fringes at? Where's your fringes at? You know what I'm saying? But you're not keeping the laws yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you may have fringes on. I mean, you may have fringes on, but what are you doing smoking? You may have fringes on, but why, look at Alazar. Look at Alazar, man. He got the Lord exposed his ass for being a sodomite. You see what I'm saying? And an adulterer. You see what I'm saying? Both of these things which are worthy of death. And he did all that with the fringes on. You see what I'm saying? When you look at IUIC, all right, IUIC, they'll be the ones to tell you the law, the law, the law. You know what I'm saying? Just like the wicked Pharisees, man. They told you the law, the law, the law. But then when you look at IUIC, and here's this here's these characters going out there deleting these people. You know what I'm saying? One character was committing adultery with one of the brothers in the camp. You know what I'm saying? His wife. All right, committing adultery with the brother's wife in the camp. All right, taking pictures of his rod and sending it to one of the brother's wives while he was in class with the fringes on. You see what I'm saying? So the fringes are nice, but if there's nothing changed within, all right, because now it's not about the fringes, it's not about the outward appearance, it's about the inward man. That's the whole point. That's the whole point behind the schoolmaster. The schoolmaster was to lead us into the understanding as to exactly why we need Yahweh Shai. All right? Why we need him. Because we're not perfect and we can't be in these wicked bodies. Continuing on, verse 12, Slakia, verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified. All right? The doers of the law, man. You see? That's why we rehearse these laws to the best of our abilities. Okay? We're preparing ourselves for when the Lord returns. And Slakia for the noise. Let me try and close this window. All right, so let's listen in a little bit more.
But you Israelites out there that you got Jake under your power of your spell, and you manipulating and you using him for money, whether it be it's gaining power or status to you, the Most High got you. He got you. It says, which over here at Great Millstone, we don't do that. We do not do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We hold every brother according to these scriptures. That's how we do. And we show brotherly love. And we make sure things are in order. The moment it get out of order, that's when we got to say something and speak up and do things like of that sort. When it get out of order with these words. But as far as burdening brothers and all that shit, asking congregation for money, no, we don't do that. The Most High would take care of us like he took care of Abraham. The Most High took care of Abraham when he departed from his family. He departed from everything he knew. And
yeah, man. And that's a good point. You know, when you look at, let's say, for instance, ISUPK, all right, and every year they make a real thing about, you know what I'm saying, purchasing your Passover tickets. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like what $100 or something. You know, When you look at Chief Priest Salazar, okay, and he's selling everything. He's selling everything that he can. You know what I'm saying, including prayers. All right, Hebrew names. Clearly, they're making merchandise of the people, man. All right, and all of this is being done with fringes on. With fringes on. When you look at General Yohana, okay, he told his congregation to take that happy juice back in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Instead of telling them to trust in the Lord, he told them to trust in Esau's system. He told them to trust the science. All right. His one of his top men was suggesting that Chris Rock, in order to get back at Will Smith, he should have committed adultery with Will Smith's wife. All right, adultery, a sin unto death, man. To commit a sin unto death, he suggested that with fringes on camera. On camera. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we say, you hypocrites, man. You hypocrites is about to be exposed out here. You hypocrites is about to be devastated out here, man. When the Lord really brings the pain during Jacob's trouble, you hypocrites are going to feel the pain. You see what I'm saying? Let me get this. And I think it's Matthew. What was it? Slovakia. Let me get this in Mark chapter 8 and verse 31. It reads, "And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes and be killed and after 3 days rise again." And what we're seeing today is the same thing. It's the same thing all over again, man. All right, Chief Priest Alazar and his underlings, Deacon Hakad, you know what I'm saying, Brother Hassad, they're telling you not to worship Yahweh Shai, man. The scriptures say kiss the Son. Kiss the Son, meaning reverence. All right? That's in the book of Psalms. What is it, the second chapter? Bear with me. All right, Psalms chapter 2 and verse 12. It reads, "Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little." All right, blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Okay, so it's talking about the Son. It's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. We're clearly told to kiss him. We're clearly told to give reverence. That goes back to the old customs of our forefathers, where you would give reverence to one. You would kiss him on the cheek. You see what I'm saying? You see remnants of this amongst the Italians. You know what I'm saying? Where they kiss each other upon the cheek, from cheek to cheek. You see what I'm saying? That's a custom that goes back to our roots. All right? Back in the East. So yeah, man. Let me listen to a little bit more of this, and we can close it out.
Off to the land of Israel, by himself and whatever he had, and the Most High took care of him through the whole story of Abraham. So we on the same. We are on the same thing as Abraham, the real men. And the Lord take care of me, man. We don't need to do that to the congregation, but you have guys like we read that these are the dudes that have the doctrines of devils, teachers that come from devils, selling you every goddamn thing. And you Israelites, you a goddamn fool to be tricked by it. I ain't tricked by it, by none of this crap these dudes pull. We looking at them, man. Man.
Yeah, man, that was real crazy. You know what I'm saying? After you got Alizar, he got he got exposed for what he did, and people are here it is. The sheep are looking for guidance, and he's on camera talking about, you know, you was stupid to follow me. You know what I'm saying? You were stupid to believe in me. You were stupid to believe in me. You were stupid to follow me. All right? Why would he say something like that to those who trusted him, to those who followed him? Why would he say that to the congregation? Because these are not his sheep. These are not his sheep. This is John chapter 10. All right? This is what happens, man. John chapter 10, verse 11. It reads, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf come, and leaveth the sheep. All right? He seeth the wolf coming, and he leaveth the sheep. That's exactly what Alizar did. You know what I'm saying? And when you're teaching these wayward doctrines, like Genesis, like BOW, you know what I'm saying, like IUIC, like ISUPK and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, all these jokers out here who's telling you that the mark of the beast is sin and it's an embargo, it's sleeping with white women, it's all this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, instead of telling the people that the MOTB, the mark of the beast, is this subdermal device about the size of a grain of rice that will go underneath the skin, and it will track you and it will trace you, and you will not be able to buy anything or sell anything without this particular device. If they're not telling you this, they are hirelings. They are not the sheep. It's like they are not the shepherd. They are hirelings. They don't care for the sheep. They do not care for the sheep. You see what I'm saying? But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Let's listen a little bit more.
You know me, brother. I'll slide your ass right now. But forgive me, bro. Yeah, that's that Gad Rube come out. Better quit playing with me, man. But anyway, verse 6, it says, if thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou should be a good minister of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, nourished up in the words of faith, in good doctrine, wherein unto thou has obtained. So that's what I'm doing right now in the spirit of the Lord. Lord willing, is edifying. I put you in remembrance that niggas they're here. Deceptive demons. If you can see the spiritual world, that nigga got a demon attached to his shoulder so big. He got a big giant demon on him, working through the nigga mind. He on YouTube acting like the Lord sent him.
Yeah, and I seen that dude, man. He was doing a live. I'm talking about Alizar. You know what I'm saying? The dude was doing a live, and he on TikTok live. You know what I'm saying? Talking about sports. Talking about sports, man. The Lord completely bugged this dude. He took the oil completely away from this guy, man. All right? There is no more wisdom. Alizar is finished. All right? That joke is through, man. And the same thing the same thing or worse is finna happen to these jokers in Genesis. All right, you're gonna see more bug outs amongst these different camps. All right, you're gonna see more bug outs all over the place, man. Okay, we don't even mention GOCC, man. These jokers been bugged out. Niggas talking about mermaids and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's over for them. It's over for their ass, man. You know what I'm saying? It's over for their ass. We at the end. You know what I'm saying? We at the end. All right. Esau's making his move. We can clearly see the infrastructure for the mark of the beast being structured right before us. You know what I'm saying? So we at the end, bro. We at the end. Ain't nothing much to talk about. Ain't nothing else to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? What's there to debate? This is the problem with these jokes, man. These cats out here talking about let's debate, let's debate, let's debate. Ain't nothing more to debate, man. Nigga, this thing is over. We're at the end. We're at the end. World War III is already here, man. You see what I'm saying? These jokers sitting here talking about there's a 12 mile long craft that's on its way heading at about 250,000 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? And it'll reach here by the autumn season, October, some shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We at the end, bro. We at the end. Time is speeding up. Just the other day, it was the fastest day recorded in history. All right, time is speeding up. All the prophecies is playing out. Scriptures say earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing that, man. All right, all these volcanoes erupting. Literally, you know what I'm saying? I was working earlier. You know what I'm saying? I thought about it. I was like, yo, the earth is farting right now, man. The earth got some serious gas. You know what I'm saying? But prophecy is still playing out, man. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the time to be following these wayward doctrines. All right, now is the time to lock in. I mean, lock the fuck in, because it's about to get crazy out here. It's about to get crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is the elders video. All right. They will follow deceptive spirits and teachings that come from demons. All right. This is YouTube channel, GMS Inspiration of the Almighty. GMS Inspiration of the Almighty, man. So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this quick lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.